Hello friends! In today's video, we are shining a spotlight on scholarships to uplift and support women in higher education. I'm a big advocate for education for women, so this video touches hard. And I also have a little surprise for you, which I will announce towards the end of this video, so stay tuned. Remember, through scholarships, you are not just earning a degree, it's about rewriting the narrative and redefining what's possible. You can be a change maker, and the most important part is you will become a whole new person. So let's start with the first scholarship, TechWomen. So what is TechWomen? This is what they say. It empowers, connects, and supports the next generation of women leaders who are in STEM. TechWomen is a mentorship and an exchange program. You get to engage in a project-based mentorship at leading companies in San Francisco or Chicago. You participate in professional development workshops as well as some networking events and a lot more. Participating in TechWomen program will help you challenge yourself for new concepts and new questions. You'll be able to collaborate with like-minded women. You will also network with a lot of industrial leaders. You will create and discover newer opportunities. There will be a lot of exploring the different communities that will be coming from all over the world. Last but not the least, you will eventually get to inspire other women and other girls from your own country. Now let's look at the eligibility requirements. You must be a woman. You should have 2 years of full professional experience in STEM field. Now the internships and unpaid work doesn't count here. So it has to be a full-fledged professional work experience. You need to have your bachelor's degree. You need to have English proficiency. You should be citizens or permanent residents of one of these countries. Then you need to be eligible for the US J1 exchange program visa. You should not be a US citizen. You should not hold a permanent residency of the US. Now let's see what's covered in this program. You will be given a round-trip international airfare from your home country to the US. Then you will be given all the domestic airfare, which if you are traveling for one place in the US to another, let's say from San Francisco to Chicago, that ticket will also be paid. Your housing will be paid. You will have your private bedroom. However, the kitchen and living space will be shared. Meals will be covered, public transport will be covered, and there will be some events in Washington, D.C., and that trip will also be covered. Remember, TechWomen program is unable to cover expenses of your spouse, partner, or children. Important dates. Now, for each year, you have to look for the specific dates on their website. However, January is the time when you have to get your documentation done. Then in April, all the semi-finalists are informed, and in May, the final decision of who are selected is done. September is when the program starts, and it goes for 5 weeks till October. If you want to keep yourself updated about TechWomen and what's going on in their program, you can sign up for their newsletter and they will email you all the updates. Now here's a perk. How can you improve your application for TechWomen? So here are some things you can already start preparing for. You need to demonstrate a good record of entrepreneurialism and commitment to innovation. So build a portfolio where you show how creative and ready for innovative ideas and to add value to any project. Preference is given to those who demonstrate themselves as emerging leaders, and one would wonder, how can you show that? So use your work experience, volunteer experience, community activities, extracurriculars, or just about anything where you can show that you are the aspiring leader and you have that potential of becoming one. My suggestion would be to start planning a year ahead where you can slowly progress and make your profile stronger with all those extra brownie points. Alright, this was TechWomen. I'm sharing the link of TechWomen in the description. You can also check the previous winners of TechWomen program and you can read about their profiles. That will be very helpful for you. Now, let's go on and talk about the next scholarship. And this one is AAUW. AAUW stands for American Association of University Women. And this platform, as the name mirrors, they work on progress of women in the US. And they have a fellowship called International Fellowship. International Fellowship is for women who are either doing full-time graduate studies or doing postdoc. Let's talk about the eligibility criteria. You have to be a woman. Then you need to have a bachelor's degree. You should not be a US citizen or having a permanent residence. You need to have the intent to return to home country and pursue a professional career. English proficiency is also one of the eligibility criteria. You need to be from one of the GWI members. GWI is Graduate Women International, and there is a whole list that are members of GWI, and then if your country falls in that list, you are eligible. The applicant can apply for the scholarship during any time of their program, which means for any year of their program. For example, if you're doing a PhD, you can apply for the scholarship for any year of your PhD years. Now let's talk about some ineligibility criteria. If you have been a previous recipient of the scholarship, you are not eligible to apply again. The members of AAUW, including those in the panel, the task force, and even the current interns, they can also not apply. If you are a US citizen or you hold permanent residence permit for the US, you cannot apply. This fellowship is also not for distance learning and online programs, or those courses that are heavily dependent on distance learning will not qualify for this fellowship. Now, what is the amount of this award? It's different for each degree. For a master's degree or any first professional degree, it's $20,000. For a doctoral degree, it's $25,000. And for postdoctoral, it's $50,000. Now comes the timeline. The exact dates can vary a little. However, the timeline is in August, the applications are open, and the application deadline is sometime mid-November, which means you have to submit your online application, your documents, and your recommendation letters by that time. By mid-April, the decision is made. It will be a 1-year-long fellowship. So it will start in July and it will go on and end next year, June. So in the application, you need to show your background of your education. You need to have a proposal ready, and that should be explaining your research, your proposed plan, and possible outcomes. Along with that, you need to submit 2 recommendation letters, which will be from your professors or your workplace. And then you also have to submit your degree and your transcript. Since this fellowship is for current students, you also have to submit the proof of your current enrollment. Also, if your previous documents are not in English, you need to get them translated into English and have them certified. All this information and details are on the website, and I've shared the link in the description below. Now comes the surprise. I am providing 3 consultation services for free to 3 women. This is to celebrate the International Women's Day in the best way that I can. So if you are looking for study abroad opportunities and you're kind of stuck and you don't know where to start, or you need help with the process, we can have a chat. All you have to do is email me with your full name and a brief query of exactly what you're looking for from the consultation session. And I will be randomly selecting 3 women to have that conversation with. I have mentioned my email address in the description. Apart from these 2, there are just so many different scholarships that I have been sharing on my channel for a long time. You can check them out. They're both for men and women. And if you have found this video helpful, please subscribe to the channel and look forward to more of such content coming up. Until next time, bye bye.